Now, it's time for a little R&R.
Ball into the bucket, lays it up and in.
Ball game, Rizzo! Live in the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, this is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
This team is going to be tough when they finally get it together.
Sit back and relax. Let Russo and Rizzo take you home.
Oh, mercy!
Light him up, Colin!
Live down here in Sunrise, Florida, Amerant Bank Arena. We got Capitals, Panthers. Panthers back in town after coming back from Vegas in a West Coast road trip. It's Colin Russo and Mike Rizzo with you. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3. We're on the concourse on the suite level here at Amerant Bank, having a good time. Got a good game ahead of us tonight at 7 p.m. You get the Florida Panthers, who are sitting there looking to get back into their flow of things. They haven't been able to stack wins. They're sitting at 8-7-1, only 17 points on the year, and the Capitals are sitting at the same, 8-7-1. The Panthers have shown a lot of greatness and also shown moments where, all right, this team's hurt, and you could see it, you could feel it. We'll get into a little bit of that. We got a couple guests from throughout Amerant Bank, from throughout the Panthers organization throughout the day. We got a guest-laden show today for the next 2 hours on ESPN 106.3. We're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter/X at ESPN West Palm, ESPN South Florida, and the ESPN South Florida app, which you could download today on the App Store. We also have football tonight. And it's a good one. We got Jets-Patriots, where the Patriots are maybe the hottest team.
Hang on. You're not buying the Jets in their big win over the Cleveland Browns?
They played well recently, 2 in a row. 8-2 New England Patriots against the 2-7 New York Jets, 8:15 Prime Video.
Who knew? All they needed to do to get a big win was trade their whole team and play the Cleveland Browns. You know, and I actually think this might be a game. I want to look into that blind with our good friends at Hard Rock Bet. I do. I might consider. I don't think they're going to win the game.
Two touchdown.
Oh my God! I'm not going to take them to win the game.
I'm surprised you're so in on this.
Oh my God! I mean, they're playing inspired. They're playing inspired.
They're at the Patriots though.
Playing inspired. They play the division well, right? They play that godforsaken division well.
Do they?
Play the Dolphins tough.
I don't know.
It'll be okay.
I don't know. The way I look at this game is, I mean, the Patriots haven't seen them yet. The Patriots are coming off a huge road win. Maybe the one thing I would buy is maybe a little bit of a hangover effect from that game at Tampa. You're winning at Tampa. That's an emphatic victory. But you thought the same after the Buffalo game, and they were able to respond after that. So I don't necessarily know if I see it because the Patriots, ever since those first 2 weeks of the year, have been as good as any team in the entire league. And you can't just chalk it up, oh, they've played bad teams. They've played the Titans. They've played the Browns. They've been, sweeping up on the lower tier of the NFL. They've beaten Tampa at Tampa, and they've beaten Buffalo at Buffalo. I would say if there are 3 teams in the entire league, we talked about it a little earlier in the week, if there are 3 teams that are as good as any, as hot as any at this time, you look no further than the LA Rams. You look no further than the Seattle Seahawks. You look no further than the New England Patriots. Number 4 would probably be Indianapolis, but Indianapolis, to me, is starting to show, after that Pittsburgh game, you could even see it in that overtime win against Atlanta over the weekend, they're starting to bleed a little bit. They're not as formidable, not as dangerous as they once were. Patriots haven't showed that. The Patriots haven't necessarily tripped 1 point in the last couple weeks.
Hear me out on the Jets here. All right, their last couple of games, Broncos lost 13-11.
Right.
Panthers lost 13-6.
Right.
Bungles lost 39-38.
Won that game.
Browns win 27-20. They've been in their last 4 games. Now, maybe the Patriots are a different team. This is a primetime game. This is Thursday Night Football. It's a short week. If I had to take that ridiculous spread, I probably would be going with the Jets tonight. I actually think it might be a pretty decent game. We're hoping because, you know what, last Thursday was the most godforsaken Thursday night game you'll ever see.
Thursday nights had a bad year. They've had a bad year.
Which is strange because, listen, when it first started, it's like, oh, my God, it's an unwatchable product.
That Niner-Ram game was a good game. Like, there hasn't been a lot of good ones.
But, like, what I'm saying is last year they weren't bad. Last year we were kind of spoiled with some of those Thursday night games. This year it's not been that. And especially with that game last week with Broncos and Raiders, I didn't watch the fourth quarter.
And the week before was that Viking game, which was awful.
Yep.
Awful game.
And anytime J.J. McCarthy, or J.J. McCarthy ran offense.
That game. It was
still, regardless, it doesn't matter who's playing quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings at this point. Just ask Justin Jefferson and my fantasy team. But regardless, I do think tonight's going to be a pretty decent game. I think they kind of get that off their back, and it's going to be a game in Foxborough.
Low scoring, ugly?
Probably.
Patriots
if I had to guess. I don't know the weather report.
Patriots are due to slip up.
I don't know the weather report, but knowing how some of these games have went. And now I say that, the Bengals and the Jets got into a shootout. The Browns and the Jets are points here. He put up 27 points. But I maybe could see it more like a Panther and a Bronco game when they face them, 13-11, 13-6. My bets tonight would probably be Jets and under.
Is Jake May a favorite to you to win the MVP at this point in time?
I mean, who else are you going to give it to?
Stafford. Or Jonathan Taylor.
It's a quarterback. The reason I ask,
I believe it's 14. It's since Peterson won it
right.
that those last non-quarterback to win the award.
The reason I ask is because if you're not giving it to Saquon Barkley last year, you're probably not giving it to Jonathan Taylor this year. I
disagree.
I think it's a wide open award. I'm not ready to. I think we still need to play more games, obviously. But right now, it's hard to argue that. Right? It's hard to argue that. Like, who's been the best two teams in the respectable conferences? It's probably been the Rams, with all due respect to the Eagles, and it's probably been the Patriots.
Seahawks, too.
Yeah, that too. There are a lot of good teams in the NFC.
But to me, if I had to put a vote down today, Stafford's probably due for his. He's due for that moment, and he's 37 years old. He's playing the best. I believe he's got 25 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I'll double check that. But he's playing probably the best football of his entire career. They should have won that Eagle game in Philadelphia. They were up 26-9 in the early third quarter, and they squandered that game. I mean, this team a couple plays away, and I think that game against Seattle on Sunday will be a good litmus test to see where the Rams stand, number one, and two, where Stafford stands. Because if I had to place a bet today, that's probably my MVP.
And that's that game of the week. I mean, that's the game of the week.
Good Sunday game.
Yeah.
You got Jags, Chargers, which are good games. You got the Lions, Eagles as the night slate, which is going to be a good one. You have Seahawks, Rams.
Yep.
It's going to be good. And you also got Broncos, Chiefs.
And last week you had Tampa Bay and New England. You had a couple of matchups that lived up to the bill. But quickly back to Stafford and your point, Kyle. 2,400 passing yards, 25 touchdowns, 2 picks. He's been sacked 14 times too. I mean, you look back before the season started. The conversation was, oh my God, it's Stafford's back in the last 3 games, let alone a whole season. And look
he's as healthy as he's ever been.
That's what I mean. And look what he's been able to put together. Now we're understanding why McVay signed him that 2-year deal, right? Or I say McVay, but the Rams, the Rams in general. And then before the season, it was like, oh, they're going to go out and get Darnold. Remember, I bought into it. I bought into, listen, Stafford, is he on the trading block? Is he going to be a Ram next year? I think all those things have been answered. What is it, week 11?
Stafford's done when he says he's done.
And it's
the
looking
Rams
like
have
that.
no reason to do that. I mean, they're going to operate with him with good faith.
Correct. And especially with how well the run game has been with Kyron Williams and Blake Corum this year too. I mean, and Pakua and Nakua. I mean, you're a big fan of Nakua.
Devontae Adams.
I mean, yeah. Is he a Hall of Famer, by the way? I heard that. I know that's another conversation for another day. I heard Tom Brady say it on the broadcast last Sunday.
I think he's probably a 3-time first-team All-Pro. He probably is.
And he's back in form, with about 500 yards and 9 touchdowns. He's got 9 touchdowns this year. So he's been that red zone threat. I like what I see from them. I like what I see from the whole division with everybody that's not named Arizona.
Through basically everybody's played about 9 games, maybe 10 if you haven't had your bye yet. But entering Week 11, definitely into that second half of the year, holiday season, I would look at May, Stafford, and Taylor. And that order to me would be Stafford, May, and Taylor in that. So that would be my MVP ladder right now. And the thing about the Patriots is they're the beneficiaries of a last place schedule. A last place schedule turning good. We talk about the worst of first teams. Who would have thought the New England Patriots could have been in the driver's seat to do that? I mean, it was Washington Commanders last year. They were a team that were able to, really explode onto the scene with a rookie quarterback. They got the injury bug, so we know that's going to be sidelined for the foreseeable future at the very least. But the Patriots, on the other hand, I mean, think about it. They've drafted pretty well, at least at the top end. They're starting to put together this offense. It's been a little bit of a, here's Stephon Diggs here. Can Kayshon Boutte give you anything over here? Like, they have a couple of I guess, a misfit toy lineup. But the one thing about them is defensively, they got a lot of guys. They got an inspired head coach. They have an easy schedule.
And then remember what you said in the offseason too, Colin. You said they had a lot of money. We kept asking about the Patriots. We kept asking about some of these teams and what they're going to do in free agency. And the one thing you kept telling me is, Riz, they got a lot of money. They got a new head coach, and they got a lot of money, and they got a lot of draft picks. They're picking high in the draft.
And they still have the Jets, Dolphins, and Giants on the schedule.
And Trevion Henderson, he finally had his big game against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is the top team in their division. And what you think of, a threat coming up in the NFC playoffs. So for him to have that game at that time, I think is big, and it's just feeding off of the momentum of players stepping up for the Patriots. I mean, this is a team that was dead last in the division last year. And they're dead last.
They're starting to figure out how to run the ball properly with Travion Henderson. They're starting to figure out how to pass the ball properly because Drake May doesn't do too much, and they're able to just get through and win every game. And they're able to beat the teams they should beat. That is a recipe for a winning football
Remember
game.
when we're like, gosh, we don't really see a worst to first. I mean, we were maybe talking about San Francisco. We were maybe talking about Chicago. Some of these teams that finished. It's probably the Patriots this year. The Patriots are probably going to be that only team from last year to go worse to first. Now, let's not count out Buffalo. Remember I told you a couple of days ago. They're not dead yet. They'll probably win 2 games in a row and have 9 wins within 2 weeks. But at the same time, I mean, 4 wins last year, new head coach, a free agency, and a draft.
If they get their 9th win tonight with still another game against the Jets, another game against the Dolphins, and a game against the Giants still on the schedule, plus a head-to-head versus Buffalo, it's going to be hard to dethrone them.
And you mentioned, too, last week, the path to the first overall seed. Their path to the first overall seed.
They're not thinking about division anymore. They're thinking about that number 1 overall seed.
It's comparatively easier for the teams that I'm going into bat for, like the Broncos in that defense, and some other great AFC teams right now.
Indianapolis
runs through New England because of that last place schedule,
and it's because they're playing in that NFC East.
But tonight is interesting because I mentioned to you the Jets have played well in the division, not necessarily against Buffalo. I was wrong
They've
there,
been
but
competitive
30-10.
the last couple weeks.
Listen,
they're going to muddy up every game they play.
Right. But I want to correct myself because the 30-10 loss, they were never really in that game. They scored a garbage touchdown in the fourth quarter, but they were in that game against the Dolphins. So And I mentioned those last 4 games where they've won 2 out of their last 4. It seems like they're playing inspired for the head coach. I'm not going to doomsday tonight's matchup. I said the same thing last week, and it bit me in the butt. I don't think it's going to be the same thing this week.
There's one thing about the pride, too. They don't want to get embarrassed. 1-8 looks a lot worse than 2-7. And now maybe they got that second win. I don't know if that's going to continue. I think there's something about playing so you don't get humiliated, essentially, throughout the league. And these guys play in defense of that. And I don't know if that third win is going to be that motivating factor like that second win was. But it remains to be seen. We'll see it tonight on Thursday Night Football, which has not been lucky with a lot of high marquee matchups. But we'll see if Michaels and Herb Street can get lucky. We're at Amerant Bank Arena for Capitals Panthers tonight, 7 p.m. You can catch that game. And the Panthers at 8-7-1, coming back off a West Coast road trip, looking to kind of regarner some attention and some momentum at home. They've been good at home, 5-1-1 to this point this season in this building. So we're going to have a couple people to talk to, including John Colombo, who is the vice president of the Florida Panthers Foundation and the community relations here at Amerant Bank. We're going to have him live on site. Talk about Military Appreciation Night, which is tonight for starters, and there's another one later in March. But tonight we're going to be honoring veterans in honor of Veterans Day and Military Appreciation Night tonight. That will be at Amerant Bank Arena. That's all coming up after this. It's Russo Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine, and our team is a triple threat to big insurance companies.
Don't settle with the insurance companies for a fraction of what your case is worth. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
That's the Anajar and Levine difference. Get your free case review right now. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Main office, West Palm Beach.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Hey guys, Mike Rizzo here. I know you're moving soon. Don't stress it. Call Good Greek for your total relocation solution. From packing and storage to local and long-distance moves, Spiro and his team at Good Greek Moving and Storage has you covered from start to finish. Trusted by families, businesses, and teams like the Heat and the Hurricanes for over 2 decades. Make your next move simple, safe, and stress-free.
Good Greek Moving and Storage. Your superhero movers.
Gators fans, there are only 2 more chances to catch Florida football live in the Swamp this season. Join us for Military Appreciation Day versus Tennessee on November 22nd and Florida State for Senior Day on November 29th. Visit FloridaGators.com to get your tickets today. Go Gators!
Snowbirds, welcome back. Time to trade your coats and hats for swim trunks and sunscreen. And get your home ready for company. Before the family arrives, make sure your home's water is in top shape. Hard water and hidden minerals can leave spots on dishes, dull your laundry, and dry out your skin. Not exactly festive. Schedule your free water test today before the holiday rush. Culligan will make sure your water is as clear and welcoming as that ocean view. Visit Culligan.com or just say,
Hey, Culligan!
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios up in West Palm, but we're down here in Sunrise. You've been in that car accident, truck accident, suffered a slip and fall. You got to listen up because my friends Mark Anajar and Glenn Levine at Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys are the type that fight for you, and they don't even charge you unless you win. They work tirelessly to get you the maximum compensation that you deserve. Don't settle for just any attorney. Demand the best. Demand Anajar and Levine today because that's the difference. All it takes is that one phone call. Take back control of your life today. Don't wait. Call for the free consultation now. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Take back control now with Anajar and Levine. Amerant Bank Arena, we got Panthers-Capitals tonight, 7 p.m. It's also Military Appreciation Night tonight, November 13th, and also it's going to be down there in March as well. So you got 2 this year, 1 in honor of Veterans Day. We'd like to welcome in John Colombo, who's the Vice President for the Florida Panthers Foundation and the Community Relations right here at Amerant Bank, live with us now. John, I appreciate the time. What's going on?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit about what went into this night. I mean, I assume you decided to do Military Appreciation Night in the same week, first home game since Veterans Day?
Yep, absolutely. So every year we do our Veterans Day game. Obviously, for the Panthers, it's a huge initiative that we really focus on. So usually we do 2 throughout the year, 1 the first half of the season, 1 the second half of the season. So we always try to target the first one around Veterans Day. Obviously, it's a month-long for celebration on our side. So it's great, and then we're able to come back around in March and do it all over again.
Now, tell us a little bit about the initiative itself and getting veterans involved, getting the fans involved. One thing I do notice about it, because you honor veterans every time we have a home game, and I do see that it's always the best applause of the night. I think it's very good in terms of the people, the Florida Panther fan, really appreciating what veterans do and everything like that. But tell me a little bit about taking that next step with this initiative with a night like tonight where there's a whole ordeal surrounding it.
Yeah, I think it starts at the top with our ownership. Vinny Viola, West Point grad, obviously huge passion, family, very dedicated. A lot of our leadership on the business side comes from background of military, Navy SEALs, Army, West Point guys. So for us, it just fits into our DNA of who we are as an organization. So every night we have our BioSTEM Heroes Among Us program. We honor a veteran every night. To date, we've done over 500 veterans. We've done over 100 World War II veterans, so we're very lucky. We're very lucky to tell those stories on a nightly basis. So for us, it's a huge, impactful thing to be able to sit back and say, hey, these guys are, served our country, made huge sacrifices, and we're able to go out and do that. And that's kind of always been like the highlight of our game every single night. You know that the military hero is going to come out and, have a really cool experience. But, the real impact is being able to talk with the families after the fact. That, especially some of the older guys, this is the last time the families get together. So it's a really deep, impactful thing to hear. That they get those stories, and a lot of them, they're hearing those stories for the first time. It might be something that our veteran maybe didn't feel comfortable opening up to among his family, and they're just like, wow, I'm hearing stories about his service for the first time, which is a really cool experience for us.
And you got to imagine that sports is a great unifier in that regard, right? And I'm sure, seeing that not only are these veterans sometimes hockey fans, I'm sure some of them are not, depends, but it's a great unifier. What sports can be, not only to honor veterans, honor guys, people who served, but also I think the idea around sports is what it brought in from ownership. It's meant to unify, and I think on a night like this does a great job in doing so. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I think this tonight puts a bow on everything that happened during Veterans Day. On Veterans Day here, we had 75 veterans and their families. They came out and had lunch with us. So we work with Feeding South Florida and Publix on a special day where they come out, they have a barbecue, and really just enjoy themselves. So then tonight's kind of the culmination of it. We'll have the Army out here. We'll have the Navy out here. We'll have Southern Command out here. We have a tank pulling in right now. Really just cool experiences. We have our Panthers Warriors, who's a hockey team that's focused on rehabilitation from PTSD through the game of hockey. So, they invite out veterans at little to no cost to be able to come out, play hockey with a bunch of other veterans. And really a lot of it's like a form of therapy for them. So really just a great chance for us to bring out our community partners that live in the community space, and then really just be able to highlight a lot of different initiatives that happen throughout the year.
And then, John, your Heroes Among Us program, it's honored 500 military members. Fans could actually nominate some of their family members that have been in the military. Am I correct on this?
Absolutely. You can go to FloridaPanthers.com. You can nominate your family members, your friends, whoever you'd like to nominate. We are always taking nominations, so it's a really great experience. And, for us, our goal is always to tell their story in the best possible way.
And John Colombo joining us now, the Vice President of the Florida Panthers Foundation and Community Relations down here at Amarant Bank Arena. You could also write letters to troops.
Yep.
Am I wrong there? How does that work?
So out here before the game, we'll be working with Mission United, which is a branch of the United Way that focuses strictly on veterans. And so what their real focus today is they really focus on dealing with the veterans. They're the people that are there after the veterans return home from service. They help them with a lot of different, bureaucrat paperwork, red tape, and that's their real goal. But today what they're doing is they're out on our Publix Plaza focused on writing letters to troops. They're going to deliver them themselves. So if you're coming out to tonight's game, stop by, grab yourself a letter, take 5 minutes to write to the heroes, and it's going to go to some people who really deserve the thanks.
And the military theme, shirts, jerseys, all that's going to be at Pantherland, and also the pucks, the mystery signed pucks. You could do all that here at the arena coming up tonight, correct?
Yep. You can do that here at the arena. You can stop by. All the proceeds for all of the foundation stuff goes right back into the military in the local market. So, different things like that. So we're really focused today on highlighting our community organizations that support veterans and really just being able to tell their stories.
And one thing about you is you've been with the Panthers over 10 years now, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Did you always want to work in hockey? Did this sort of just come about?
I think it just kind of came, and I've fallen in love with the sport. I think obviously once you're here live, it's like nothing else. I think it's a very fast-paced sport. Once you come once, you're hooked. And I think, like, for me, we've developed, obviously, in the last 10 years, a ton more fans. So it's been a really great experience, and it's been a ride over these 10 years.
And what's it been like, just the back-to-back cups? I mean, that's got to be – it's surreal at this point.
Yeah. In my wildest dreams, I didn't think, that's where we would go. But, I think it's a credit to our ownership really coming in and committing. I think that's, in any sport, you have a firm commitment of ownership. Here at the top, and that's where it started, and they found the right GM in Bill Zito, and were able to turn around a franchise that was really on the cusp of struggling mightily, and could have went a lot of different ways here, but thankfully we had the right people in the right places at the right times, and we're really lucky that we're in the position we're in.
Were you raised a hockey fan, John?
All sports really. I'm more a baseball, basketball.
But you're a Connecticut guy.
I am a Connecticut guy.
So it's similar to me. I grew up I was a little closer to. It's Rangers or Islanders. Islanders is more on Long Island, but I grew up a little bit more on the Islanders side of things. But, I grew up watching hockey. I was a fan of hockey, but I can't say it was at the forefront of what I was a fan of until I got a little older and started being able to, like you said, go to games. So where did this hockey love, where did this kind of start to you? Were you a Ranger guy growing up?
Yeah, grew up Rangers. Definitely 1994.
1994.
Was
huge.
Yeah, and
huge year.
Stanley Cup for sure. And that'll hook anybody. But.
Yeah, that hooked me 8 years old. So for me, that's where it really started. And, from there, we were able to, once I came down here, really didn't, think of hockey in the middle of the Everglades. But came here and, we've
that cup runs through the state of Florida now.
Yep.
And if there's a winning team right now in the state of Florida, because the Miami Dolphins, if I'm allowed to say, are not doing too hot, and Miami Heat's still a great team, still a great franchise, but the Florida Panthers have sort of taken the foothold of the community of South Florida. So tell us a little bit about. You said winning kind of cures all. Winning brings people into the building, but you have the Panther fans that are the faithful, the diehards, and then you also have the people that you've kind of captured with the winning, with the success, with the team, with the investment from the community, with people such as yourself that are getting in the community and doing these type of initiatives to capture more fans. What has the last 5 years looked like in terms of capturing the thousands and thousands of more fans right here locally in South Florida?
Yeah, I think, it starts at the top. I think, we want to put sticks in kids' hands. So offering school programming around that, having our Learn to Play program, which is a low-cost program for you to be able to get in and play hockey. For us, really just growing those numbers has been incredible. For us, hockey in South Florida actually grows at about 16% a year. Which is
there's
incredible.
a number attached to it at 16%.
Which is about 7 times the national average. So you're seeing a space where we've been building rinks in markets. There's a new rink up in Boca. Our new practice facility downtown, is 2 new sheets of ice. So we're becoming a hockey market, very quickly. And even our school programming. When I got here 10 years ago, we didn't have hockey played in classrooms, and now we're in 577 schools. So you really, the winning has just opened up so many doors and so many eyeballs, and I think, South Florida's really taken to the game.
And John Colombo, the Vice President, Florida Panthers Foundation, live with us at the Amerant Bank Arena. All right, Panthers so far this season, 8-7-1. It's been up and down, the injury issues. They're starting to looking to get, my opinion with the Panthers, is get into the postseason. Get into the postseason, you're going to be the most feared team in the Eastern Conference, regardless of where you are. In terms of this part of the season, what has been your reaction to what you have seen, and what are the goals now that we're on the quest for a three-peat officially?
I think very simple. It's, they're going to get healthy, and they're going to get healthy at the right time, and they're going to make a run again. So I think, that's where we're at right now. Obviously, few injuries, guys are powering through. On the other sides, guys are picking up, the slack, and that's kind of how this team is built. Very much everybody stands up for each other, and it's just a great team to watch, up close. They just really believe in each other, and I think, once everybody's healthy, and they're going to be ready come April.
And 5-1-1 at home, home cooking. You're going to have a lot of games here coming up at home as well, so Panthers are definitely going to be taking advantage of the home ice here.
Absolutely. I think the Panthers on home ice is just, our fan base has just been second to none. And I think, like we have always said, if you provide South Florida a winner, they'll come out in droves, and I think they do every night. And so this next run over the next 6 weeks is going to be really critical, and I think, we're going to get a lot of W's here and, just claw right back into place.
Now, John, if fans wanted to learn more about these initiatives that you guys are doing with the Community Relations Military Appreciation Night, where can they go to see more?
Yep, you can go to PanthersFoundation.org, or you can check out our website at FloridaPanthers.com. And, you can just find out all about everything we do in the community.
Well, John, we appreciate you giving us the time here live on site. Hopefully we see a Panther victory tonight against the Capitals, 7 p.m. And looking forward to talking again soon, all right?
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, John.
You got it. John Colombo joining us live on site at Amerant Bank, the Vice President, Florida Panthers Foundation and Community Relations here. Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Christian Cat. We'll take a time out here. Russo and Rizzo, ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's, where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
In sports and in life, how you move matters. So when injuries or pain get in the way, the orthopedic specialists at HSS Florida provide world-class care to get you moving again. From non-surgical and surgical care to personalized rehabilitation, HSS Florida offers the same quality and expertise you expect from HSS, the world's #1 in orthopedic care. With 2 convenient locations in West Palm Beach and Wellington. Learn more at hss.edu/Florida. Choose better, move better.
better.
Tina, I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hey, Colin, what's up?
How's the gym?
It's been great. I'm seeing results. My sports-certified Vitacost products have made a world of difference.
Oh, same. Isn't it great? Vitacost is basically the reason I've been able to keep up with Ironman training. Everything you need is in one place for my BCAAs, protein, and electrolytes. Best part, it's all clean and free of banned substances.
Go re-up on your supplements today. Visit Vitacost.com and use code ESPN20 for 20% off. Level up your game with Vitacost.
The PGA Tour is back in Palm Beach. The Cognizant Classic returns February 25th through March 1st to the Champion Course at PGA National Resort and Spa. Be here to watch PGA Tour players take on the Bear Trap, one of the toughest stretches in golf, while enjoying elevated fan activities around every corner. Experience the energy with your friends and take in the excitement of this can't-miss event. Tickets are on sale now at thecognizantclassic.com.
Touchdown! Racetrack is proud to support our local high school football teams. Whether it's Friday night lights or tailgate parties, Racetrack has whatever gets you going to fuel all the gridiron excitement this fall. Grab your favorite snacks, crispy chips, delicious Nathan's hot dogs, sweet treats, or our house-made pizza slices. Don't forget to quench your thirst with a variety of ice-cold drinks. Racetrack, your one-stop shop to fuel your football Fridays.
Get ready, South Florida. It's the 12th annual Boca Raton Bowl. Tuesday, December 23rd, 2 p.m. at FAU's Flagler Credit Union Stadium. Two of the best group of 5 teams go head-to-head in the ultimate holiday showdown. Over 150 players have gone from this field to the NFL. Who's next? Visit BocaRatonBowl.com for the latest, including when tickets will go on sale. The 12th annual Boca Raton Bowl, Tuesday, December 23rd, 2 p.m. at Flagler Credit Union Stadium.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, and if you love football, you're in the right place. ESPN 106.3 has it all. Thursday Night Football, the Jets head to New England, and the Patriots are ready to pile on. Can the Jets finally get in the end zone? Coverage starts at 7:30 right here on ESPN 106.3.
ESPN 106.3 is your home for live sports presented by Hard Rock Bet, home of Inter Miami, Miami Heat, and the Miami Dolphins. Catch all the action and the biggest matchups throughout the week right here on ESPN 106.3. Hard Rock Bet, it's Florida's official sports book. Try Hard Rock Bet now and receive up to $100 back in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida, must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida. Wager terms and conditions apply. Considered by gambling. Call 1-888-ADMIT.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Russo and Rizzo, ESPN 106.3, live from Amerant Bank Arena, where we got Panthers-Capitals tonight. Panthers 8-7-1, Capitals also 8-7-1, 17 points apiece. Panthers going to have a little bit of a homestand here. Next about 3-4 weeks, we're going to be seeing a lot of Panther games home on site. Hopefully you can get back on track and rumble back towards the top of the Eastern Conference. If you want to bet tonight's game, you want to bet on tonight's game on Thursday Night Football with a little Patriots-Jets action. You want to get involved in college basketball. You want to get involved in college football. It's all in the app. And what app is that? Hard Rock Bet.
Yep, absolutely, folks. Hard Rock Bet. And I'm going to keep saying this for a couple more weeks here because I know we got the Snowbirds in town. If you don't have the Hard Rock Bet app downloaded, Snowbirds, it's the only place to gamble here. in South Florida. So I want you to do me a favor. Go to the Apple App Store, go to Google Play Store, download the Hard Rock Bet app, because if you deposit $5 and you bet that $5 on a game and you win, you're going to get $150 instantly in bonus bets. You hear me talk about the 100 all the time. It's boosted odds for games, specials on games, parlays, etc. Whenever you get 100 bets on those specific boosted odds, it moves on to the next one. So only 100 people can take advantage of those great boosted odds on the bets. So take a look at the 100 too once you download the app. Folks, you got Jets in New England tonight, and you got the Capitals and our Panthers. I'm gonna pick both these games. All right, Colin, I love the Jets. I told you I like the Jets at plus 13. I like the under. I like it kind of be a hard-fought game. Last 2 games for the Jets, there's been a lot of points. I think it's going to go back to the 2 before that. You're going to have to go back 4 games when it was about 13-6, 13-11 when the Jets mudded things out. I'm going to go Jets plus 13 and then the under at 43. And how can't you be on the Panther puck line tonight? I mean, geez, the goal line's minus 1.5. Panthers are 5-1-1 at home. Give me all that with their good friends at Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus, physically present in the state of Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you're concerned about gambling, call 1-833-PLAY-WISE. That's 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo. So yesterday we had a bit of a conundrum where we had to deal. Mike and I are coaching a youth basketball team, 7th and 8th grade boys, up there in Palm Beach Gardens with a great little association that is totally not corrupt at all. And Steve Politziner is our president of Good Karma Brands and one of the vice presidents of this said league. He is live in studio in ESPN West Palm. To apply a little pressure before we get started, Mike and I had our first game on Tuesday night with the 7th and 8th grade boys team, and this is the same league that we coached last year and had won 1 game, and we got destroyed every single game. We had such a dominant victory on Tuesday that by Tuesday night, one of our better players was removed forcibly to another team. Because all right, we're taking this kid and we're putting him on a team that
I don't
needs
mind
help.
calling him out. It's Benji, president of the league. You heard him yesterday.
Benji. So we did about 40 minutes on yesterday. We had Benji, the president, on. And he didn't have a straight answer for us. Classic politician talk. He had no straight answer for us. He could not answer for his crimes.
It's a bad look.
Luckily,
it's a bad look.
We got his right-hand man, Steve Politziner, who swears he's not involved in this matter. He's joining us. He's at the City Play Studios in downtown West Palm Beach. Hi, Steve. Welcome in. How are you?
These days, I'm here, come in the studio, and you guys are not here.
So what is
Why
this?
does this happen?
What is this?
What do you not? Steve, do you want to hang on?
I mean, what is this?
Hold on. Do you want me to tell our marketing manager, Christina, that we're not going?
Nah, I was just I wanted you guys to know after I've heard me get thrown under the bus. I've heard me get trashed by you guys the last couple days. I was here to face you guys in person, and you scheduled an 11th hour remote at the Panthers.
All right,
we did it.
Give me a break. First of all, Steve, who we see in office about once every moon cycle, is now with us live, and now we're dodging him. Steve, give us a break. How about you answer for your crimes really quickly, and explain to everybody how you had nothing to do, allegedly, with taking off one of our better players on our youth basketball team just after 1 game. And mind you, Steve is coaching a different team that he is looking to win a title with his son on the team. Steve, go ahead.
Now, good job painting the picture, framing it, in that way. Well done. You're good at that. So,
we're getting there checked.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
really?
last year, right? So you guys are still holding on to last year. Last year, you guys, it's first of all, it's great that you coach. You're volunteers. You're not dads. You don't have to do this. You don't have kids in the league. You do it because you want to coach. You want to help kids have a great time and be better. So I really appreciate that. This year, you drafted a team. Good job, Colin, showing up at the evals and draft this year. Since you guys can't get away from last year, I did encourage you last year to show up to the evals and draft, which you did not do. Which you did not do.
I had the text. I could go find them. Where Steve said, "I got you guys covered. Don't worry about the draft."
I'll go, Steve. I can defend myself. I was working. I had Inter Miami, and I was unable to do it on Saturday. Appreciate you doing that.
Yeah. So Colin went ahead and did that. You drafted a team. Good job. We all wanted to make sure, not that you had some loaded team, just that you had a competitive team this year. So, even at the draft, we're like, yeah, Colin, good pick there, or, go with that there. You did a nice job. And you did. You did a very nice job, at the draft. So then you have your game. And what happens is when you run these rec leagues, we give parents deadlines, and they don't hit the deadline. And so we miss it. We draft the teams, but then we still maybe have a few spots available. And other parents come and say, hey, is there a spot? And then at that point, we just sort of randomly assign. And that's what happened, right? We assign somebody to your team, Then it turns out, right, whether you had played a game or not. Now, it's unfortunate that you already played a game, but whether you played a game or not, the analysis, I wasn't there. I was out of town. You need my travel records? I was in Atlanta, and I get a call from the president of the league that says, we're going to modify this team. There's other teams that will likely get modified in other leagues. In fact, it's already happened.
Don't mention the other teams.
Yep.
Do not mention. He called you and said, we need to modify this team. What was his reasoning to why?
Yeah, he said it's going to be unfair and unbalanced, and we don't want what happened to you guys last year to happen to other people. And that's the point. You guys want what happened to you last year to somebody else.
Correct. Yeah, of course we want that.
Steve,
that's ridiculous. That's
Uncle
ridiculous.
Steve.
I hear
Uncle
Mike
Steve.
Rizzo saying we're going to beat everybody by 50. What is the point of your coaching?
No
so
mercy.
8th,
No
7th,
mercy.
and 8th grade
No mercy.
kids
I
can lose by 50 because you last year lost by 50?
That's
a joke. That's a joke.
In the middle of the
Uncle
ocean
Steve.
bleeding
Uncle
in
Steve.
shark-infested
No,
waters.
you left
And
yourself out in the middle of the ocean with your triathlon.
Colin, our kids, myself and Colin, we lost by 60 points one game.
Yeah, and which you.
And
why should anyone have to endure that this year? Because
because we did.
Yeah,
because
and listen,
Steve, you want to talk about being fair? I'll tell you what's fair. Have somebody else deal with
and
great kids. Mike and I, those kids.
Take
great
a bullet. We take a
great
bullet
bunch.
for those kids.
Yep.
Not the most basketball inclined team I've ever seen in my entire life. That's I think they would agree with me.
So
that's the point.
So parity is always like the name of the game. And you guys would have ended up with like 2 first-round picks. But my highlight of it was when Rizzo has been saying for the last 2 days, screaming, this kid's going to be devastated that he's off our team.
Devastated. Yeah,
I know.
I heard he was devastated. Steve, I heard he was
I didn't reach out to
devastated.
the parent, but I know who did. And I said, was he upset? And he was like, no, they could care less. I was moved to another team.
I'm not buying that.
They're saying this to
That's
justify.
a narrative.
He was
That's
in
a
tears.
narrative.
He was in tears because he
That's
was
a
leaving
narrative.
our team.
Steve,
and they're trying to paint a picture that this was doing the right move.
I will say this.
I didn't do it. So, right, I have
Again,
to recuse myself because
Steve,
I am a coach.
The funny part is, you're like, I didn't do it. I wasn't there. I mean, it's like you're ordering the attacks. You're in the Oval Office.
I'm the general.
You feel in the end of the day,
I'm not even the president of the league.
At the end of the day,
you're in the room where they're announcing.
I was in the room.
They got the monitors up. You're in these rooms.
The child is the one that's suffering here. That's the biggest, that's the biggest disturbance. The child is the one that's suffering. And listen, come to find out, how about this, Cal? All right, we're up about 15 points. 15. It's you can erase that in a minute. I'm getting told, hey, you can't press. Hey, it's only going to count as one bucket. Where's this last year?
Yeah, it's called the mercy rule.
Where was this?
I don't know where that was last year because the rule existed last year. I think it was at 20. I think it was at 20 last year.
We got destroyed at some games last year.
I made, after that day when I told you, I've told this story about 2 times now on the air. You guys joke around. I was, good high school player. Very competitive.
Great.
That has a lot to do with this situation.
Steve, I've never. What I'm saying is,
a great player.
AAU. My teams have been outmatched. My AAU teams growing up have been outmatched. My high school teams have been outmatched.
I see where you're going with this.
Never lost like that a day in my life. I've never had an embarrassment like that. Steve, I sat in my car for about 5 minutes before I pulled out of the lot, losing by 60 points last year.
It hurts.
Contemplating everything. I'm ruining the experience for the kids.
But 2 wrongs don't make a right. That shouldn't have been.
These kids. No.
I'll build off this. I'll build off this. When you lose games like that, and I lost games like that too, growing up too. I going in the New York Gauchos. These famous playing guys who are Division I players. My brother, who Carl Anthony Towns was playing 3 levels below. He got destroyed by 80 points. It's part of growing up. It's part of life. I'd make the argument that this is beneficial for the kids. I think our kids were better off because they lost 6 by 60 points.
I agree.
They're developing thicker skin.
Yeah. Your kids had a great time last year. Now, it shouldn't have happened that way, but your kids had a great time.
Yeah.
I make an argument that losing games like that and having a team that is so bad that it's almost fun. It adds a little character. It thickens the skin a little bit. I'd argue that you're taking that away for that future bad team.
It's time for us to power trip a bit. I'm going to be completely honest. It's time for us to power trip a bit after what the 2 coaches had to go through last year. I'm trying to win by as many points as possible. Colin's not going to be at that game. Colin's not going to be at that game on Saturday.
And just for the record,
but I'm going to be there, and we're going to try to win. We're going to try to eviscerate
your
teams
team's
off the
loaded.
court,
Your team's
right?
loaded. If you're going to be expected to win every single game. Your team is loaded. You have a good job with your draft, and a wrong was righted in the free agency market. But there should be you're making it seem like we're going to try to win. You're the best team in the league. You better win. You should win every week.
I find it hysterical that they've never taken a player off of a team. And the two coaches and the kids who had to suffer the most last year, that's the team the year after.
We have
that's
done it
getting
many,
punished.
many times.
We've
done it many times.
Funny you brought that up.
Many times. You know how many years? This is like the seventh, eighth year in this role.
You're dead wrong here. Steve, I'll tell you why. You're dead wrong.
On that.
We had Benji on yesterday, who's the president of the league, who's Steve's, Steve is his first, Steve's the first, what do they call it? The vice president of this guy running the show. And Benji joined us yesterday, and I asked him, before we finished out the call with him, we talked to him for about 15 minutes. I said, Benji, I'm going to ask you one more thing, and we'll let you go. When this happened last year, and parity was a major, major issue, look no further than what the team Mike and I had. When this was an issue last year, did you or did you not take off players off the top team and put them on the bottom team, yes or no? He goes, no.
We did not last year, which was a big mistake. Right, we
big
have other
mistake.
years.
Now we're learning from our mistakes.
Yeah, we have other years. You have to constantly evolve.
Here's my also problem. We haven't even brought this up yet. Steve and Benji both have not only children in this age group in this league. Steve is coaching a team. And Benji's like interim coach for everybody just it comes up.
Yeah.
But Steve is spearheading a team himself. He is coaching a team with championship aspirations.
Yes, and Benji told us, he goes, well, if I'm being honest, even without, the player we took off your team, you're still 2-1 to win the league, and Steve's at 3-1.
So Steve,
there's so many other teams.
Well,
I don't
you were
see that.
totally on board with this, by the way.
I think Uncle
because
Steve
you
was,
saw that. All right,
he was
this
a puppet
machine is
master.
going to lose a little bit of a cog that's important to their success, and I get more of a shot at winning a championship. So let's cripple and take off a limb of this perfect machine that Mike and I had formed.
Incorrect.
No,
And whether this is right or wrong, I have probably head coached 30 rec teams across my two kids, basketball, flag football, and baseball. And I think I have 4 total championships to show for it. That either says I am not a good coach or my priorities are different. And it is for kids to have a great time and to want to continue to play. And I told you guys that before. And Rizzo comes on here and
you don't coach 30 times. You don't coach 30 times because you don't want to win. You don't coach 30 times because you don't want to win.
Uncle Steve,
you're dead wrong. Let's call it we see it. You don't coach 30 times if you don't want to win.
That kid goes from playing with Russo and Rizzo to playing for a dread of the league. The child is getting a disservice here.
Yeah, his parents seem really upset. One other thing.
I am making a formal appeal to the league. I am appealing to the league about
this. Good. I'm the league. Denied.
I am officially appealing to the league.
So you should know this. You should know this. You have, we have looked, and there is no tiebreaker for score differential. So if you're running up the score, you're just running up the score for your own, for your own satisfaction, Rizzo. There's I know a lot of times there is like a 4th, 5th, 6th tiebreaker in point differential, and coaches always cloak. They're running up the score under, hey, well, it could be a tiebreaker. It's not a tiebreaker for us.
They didn't take it easy on us last year. We got no sympathy from coaches last year. They didn't take out their kids.
Doesn't everybody make the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But everybody makes postseason. What difference makes?
No, but you're seeding. You're seeding. We've had to go 2 or 3 deep on the tiebreakers.
Is it a little personal, Steve? All right, what's the point you're trying to make is here? I'm making it personal. Damn right I am. Damn right I am. I got no sympathy last year for having Colin and I having the worst team in the league. They ran up the score against us. And you know the son of a gun that I have a real problem with. You know that guy I got a real problem with. Looked at me in the playoffs, go, are you even a coach? Yeah. I go, what, excuse me? Excuse me? So, if I see that guy around, it might be some words. But other than that, I don't have anything against any of these other coaches other than that
Steve
individual.
has to deal with an internal conflict where 2 coaches are coming after each other in the middle of the game.
I'm just going to give him some words.
Hey, I appreciate it. I always go back to it's great you guys are coaching.
And the worst
you don't
part
have
is,
to.
worst part is I find out that this no-name squeeze guy is a good guy. We want a good guy to me.
I remember that stuff.
Okay, well, you should judge it from your own interaction.
Steve Palazzino, the Palm Beach Sports Commission Hall of Famer, the Good Karma Brands president, and the Palm Beach Gardens youth basketball vice president, with us now on Russo and Rizzo. No, Steve.
Good job. Good job on my title.
You don't coach 30 teams if you don't want to win. I can't listen to this. Steve is trying to high and mighty us, so I'm just looking for the. I'm sure. Yes, it's a byproduct. You want of course, we want everybody to have a good time. But Steve sitting here telling me that he doesn't care about winning when he's 30 seasons deep.
It's on the list.
It's a hard pill to swallow.
Hey,
it's a hard pill to swallow.
I will forward you my welcome to my. I will forward you my welcome to my team emails, and you will see what is emphasized.
Oh yeah, they're gonna. You know the funny part is I've seen.
We know you guys are. We know you guys are not known for reading your emails, but I'll try to get them over.
All right, see, look at this. Now he's deflecting. So it's funny. You know, Steve sends these open emails. Oh, looking forward to the kids having a great time. It's gonna be like a summer camp. Then you show up to practice. It's like Bobby Knight throwing the chair onto the court.
I had to send a message last night. I had to say one player thought you could just check your cell phone when I tell everyone to get a water. It set me off.
All I know is Uncle Steve gives out LVPs.
Yeah.
LVPs in a rec league.
Yeah.
Fair play to you.
Yeah, that's what I said. I just wanted the kids to have fun.
Steve
I just wanted the kids to have fun.
A former, no names, please.
But I think
one
thing I'll say about us.
You don't want to be the LVP of practice.
One thing I'll say about us is I think our approach to coaching youth basketball, I do think we come at it with the right perception of, hey, we're just trying to have a loosey-goosey, easy practice. We don't necessarily ask too much out of these kids.
You run a great practice.
I think that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And comparatively to Steve, where, drill sergeant, they're folding the flag, making sure everything's doing it right.
I mean, I know what you're talking about. And you had the kid on your team last year, and he wasn't doing proper jump stops in his layups. And something has to give.
Something has to be said.
Yeah.
Something has to be said. It's you're like a Hurley Senior mentality.
I mean, hold the screen so it doesn't look like we're moving.
It's a little Hurley coded. It's a little Hurley coded.
We talked to a former player. We had. He goes, I miss you guys.
Your practices were a lot easier than Steve's.
Yeah, I'll trade you to him. I'll trade him to you.
Oh, yeah, we'll take our other first round pick while you're at it.
Yeah, how's that one? I'll take that one kid.
Take our other first round pick while you're at it. Other than that, Steve Palazzino. But your team's pretty good, right? You guys are 1-0?
Hey, you know what? We're only as good as our last game. We're only thinking about our next game.
Here we go.
Let me open up the curtain. I talked to Ev.
Such coach speak.
I talked to Steve's son. Ev. We love him. I'm on a trade for Ev. I go, Ev, did you guys win? He goes, yeah, we won by like 20. We blew them out. They're a contender. Uncle Steve's
We made a bunch of shots. We got lucky that game. I told our team last night, that game's over.
Hey, Steve, I got news for you.
It's like Hurley 44-3, shooting out Alex.
That game's over. And they were missing kids.
How about this?
I didn't even look at the tape. There's nothing to learn from that game.
So, do you record the games?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you watch the film?
No, I don't watch the film.
So
I record them for my Snapchat like once. Steve, I try to get one Snapchat per game.
Your Uncle Steve's sitting there going, oh, we were bad at this. We were lucky. I got news for you, Steve. We were great. And you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, that's going to be the game of the year.
We were great.
So
circle the date when we play.
I
actually already know when we play. Because I'll be out of town. So
you're kidding.
No.
You're not going to be here?
Dude, I invited the whole office.
We're playing Steve Palazzino Tuesday the 16th of December.
Well, if we move that, then maybe.
Can you move it? You can move that.
We'll
You're the vice president of the league.
Where are you going,
if you could yank players off of rosters, you could switch around a team a game here and there.
You know how you guys have a day job, or whatever this is? Arguably, I have a day job too.
You're going to make it. Uncle Steve's going to be at the New York office. Okay. All right.
I mean, Steve, we only play you once in the regular season. I wonder whose decision that was.
Who's his assistant? Who's his assistant? Great guy we see all the time.
Kenny.
Kenny. Shout out, Kenny. Sorry.
Who has basketball coaching experience.
Yeah.
Steve brought in a collegiate basketball coach to help the team.
just a retired guy.
We're just here for making sure everybody's having a good time. Let's bring in 3 college coaches.
Yeah, we play Duck Goose and,
We'll be ready.
Hang out.
We're going to be ready Saturday, too, for Benji's team. We're going to be ready.
I mean, we better win every game.
2 o'clock? Is that 2 o'clock on Saturday?
2 o'clock, and listen.
And it is open to the public, by the way, the Palm Beach Gardens Rec Center. You can show up.
I am. I'm going to be completely honest with you, too. It's the first game alone. So I got a lot to prove to the kids. I got a lot to prove to myself.
We should start charging people at the door, get a concession stand going. Steve, you could turn this into a little.
Well, there is. We have Chick-fil-A outside. I mean, we have a lot of.
Chick-fil-A outside.
The kid was freezing his butt off.
Yeah.
You didn't see him. He was freezing his butt off.
Where was the Chick-fil-A? Did they have Chick-fil-a last year?
Right by it. Dude, it was right by
We
the
never had
entrance.
Chick-fil-A last year.
I gave
that wrong.
Correct, because we're at a different location. This year
But
we
this
have
year,
the
buddy,
Chick-fil-A.
hey, he was there Tuesday. I gave him I had $2 change. He's freezing as you know what off.
He was
I said, thanks for
outside?
being here. Yeah, he was freezing. I gave him a $2 tip for sitting outside.
Was he selling it?
Yeah. What do you mean?
He was
What was he
slinging
doing?
chicken.
What else would he be doing?
I don't know.
Yeah. He was. You want to know what he was doing? He was slinging chicken.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't realize we had that. Where'd he go?
Oh,
I must have
yeah,
slipped
man.
by
We
it.
got the mobile food scenario. It's all out there. There's a lot of
God.
effort goes into putting this season
clearly,
together. And then you got you guys who just come and,
Breaking the lead.
take shots. Whiners.
Steve,
You took away
You guys
a
haven't
big
given us
cog of
one
the
reason
machine.
why
Whiners.
you guys made a mistake, and just because you made a mistake does not mean you could just rescind it after, especially when you played a game. The roster should be locked in.
And
you screwed up.
Check the
I think
fine
you're allowed
print
to
of the
admit it now.
bylaws.
Yeah.
Check
I
the
think
fine
you're
print of the
allowed-
bylaws.
You're allowed
And
to
Uncle
admit
Steve, listen.
You think you screwed up. I
You
think
have
you
your
screwed up.
sources. You have your sources. I have my sources. I heard he was devastated. I heard the child was devastated.
Steve, he might. Yeah, Steve.
I heard he
when
was
he quits
devastated.
the league and you lose a player, and because he doesn't want to play for anybody but Russo and Rizzo's team because he got a taste of what winning feels like, then I got nobody to look at other than President Benji and Vice President Steve.
Correct.
Okay.
That's where you
Well,
get burned.
We will take it under advisement.
Steve, who do you think's going to win the AL MVP tonight? You think Judge is going to win it?
I've seen so many analysis back and forth that as a Yankee fan, I do like there's a lot of validation for Judge, but Raleigh
swung it in
just
the
being
betting
a
odds, too.
catcher.
It's swung in a betting odds.
Yeah,
too.
but I also think like that's the name. The betting odds also have a little bit of more like a PR factor to them. Like who's the who is the when Vegas is doing it, it's like who are you more likely to pick based on a lot of other factors, popularity. It's like every year when you look at odds with the Yankees and the Lakers and things like that. If there is a year to not give it to Judge, you could say this might be the year, although Judge had nothing around him for a lot of the season, this year. But Raleigh playing a catcher, you just don't have chances for catchers to win these awards anymore. So I would be fine either way.
I think Riley's going to win it. I hope Riley wins it. I think
Judge was also hurt too. He missed some of the year.
Oh, okay. All right, making a couple. Steve, what's going on with Duffy's really quick?
What isn't, guys? Because Duffy's has it all for you this football season. Full roster of new football features. The barbecue. I mean, it's not even new anymore. We're into the football season. The barbecue pulled pork nachos, the double smash burger, the touchdown tots with the 2 different sauce scenarios, the Duffy's award-winning wings, which we all know about. 17 different flavors of wings to choose from. I don't know if you guys knew that. 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. The game day buckets. And, of course, any game on any of the 80 TVs at Duffy's. No one does football season like Duffy's. Visit your local Duffy's Sports Grill. At Duffy's, our game is always on. Maybe your guys' games will be on. Maybe we'll stream them at Duffy's, your rec games.
You know what? There's enough TVs for it. We could definitely get the whole league on there. Steve, we appreciate it. Looking forward to talking again next time.
Thanks,
all right?
Uncle Steve.
Have fun at the Panthers, guys.
Steve Pollitt, team of the Good Karma Brands. President Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo. Next hour coming up after this on ESPN 106.3.
Kaiser University's flagship campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Celebrate the most wonderful time of the year at the Gardens Mall. Santa has arrived and is available for photos during all mall hours now through December 24th. Make a reservation today at whereissanta.com. Don't forget to swing by the Kids Corner Holiday Shop to let the kiddos pick out gifts for their favorite people. All proceeds benefit the Arc of Palm Beach County. For your shopping convenience, the Gardens Mall will be extending their hours during the holiday season. Visit thegardensmall.com for the full schedule.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
I'm Ellie Anajar of Anajar and Levine. Injured in a car crash? Never rush to settle with insurance companies, and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Our experienced legal team will fight to win you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Ellie Anajar, for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
The 5 p.m. hour is presented by Good Greek Moving and Storage, the world's only total relocation company. Local or long distance, they've got you covered.
Good Greek Moving and Storage, your superhero movers.
Every family has dreams, a vacation, a new car, or a rainy day fund. With a Boost savings account from Flagler Credit Union, your dreams can become reality. Earn up to 3.25 annual percentage yield with no minimum balance, no monthly fees, and easy access to your funds. Whether you're saving for life's big moments or everyday expenses, a Boost savings account helps you reach your goals faster. Open a Boost savings account today and start boosting your future at Flagler Credit Union. Boost checking is required. Other qualifications apply. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Now, it's time for a little R&R.
Call into the bucket, lays it up and in.
Ball game, Rizzo! Live in the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, this is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 1063.
This team is going to be tough when they finally get it together.
Sit back and relax. Let Russo and Rizzo take you home.
Oh, mercy! Light him up, Colin!
5 o'clock hour of Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3. Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo with you live at Amerant Bank Arena. You got Panthers-Capitals tonight, 7 p.m. We got a packed show. Appreciate Steve Politino giving us the time. We're going to also talk to Gabby Allen, who's the in-arena host, in just about 30 minutes, so stay tuned for that. We're up until 6 p.m. today. Panthers looking to build off a good home record, 5-1-1 at home, but they're only 8-7-1 and only 3-6 on the road to this point throughout the season. So now they got a little bit of a homestand. They got away from their West Coast tour, and we'll see what they could do tonight against the Capitals, who are also sitting at 17 points, 8-7-1. Christian Cat is our producer behind the glass at the City Place Studios in downtown West Palm Beach. We're streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter/X at ESPN West Palm, ESPN South Florida. Christian, welcome in. How are you today? What's going on?
Doing very good. I'm glad you asked. I really am glad you asked. Very good, Colin.
And tell me about this event that we got coming up, perhaps affiliated with Boston.
Oh, yeah, up the road in Palm Beach Gardens. Boston has their own TGL team. It's called the Boston Common. And the inaugural Boston Common Golf Tea Party is coming up a week from Friday. That's next Friday, November 21st. It's the Boston Common Golf Tea Party presented by Comcast Business. It's in the beautiful, incredible SoFi Center. It's not your average golf event. World-famous singer-songwriters Niall Horan and Noah Khan, both ambassadors for Boston Common Golf, they're going head-to-head in a 9-hole TGL-style match. Joining the fun, the guys from the Kings of YouTube Golf, Good Golf. That's Garrett Clark, Matt Scharf, Sean Walsh, Brad Dahlke. They're changing the way golf is played and enjoyed. They will be there. Everyone's mic'd up. Fans will hear every shot, every laugh, every moment. And Bubby and Mo from Good will be your hosts of the evening. It's going to be really fun. Interactive fan activities, live entertainment, golf like you've never seen it before. Fast, fun, full of surprises. Be part of it. It's simple. BostonCommonGolf.com/Tea Party. That's BostonCommonGolf.com/TEE Party. T spelled the golf way. Be part of history. Friday, November 21st, 7 p.m. at the SoFi Center in Palm Beach Gardens. Trust me, you are not going to want to miss this one-of-a-kind event. The inaugural Boston Common Golf Tea Party presented by Comcast Business.
Well, it's November 13th, a Thursday, and it's Military Appreciation Night here at Amerant Bank Arena with the Florida Panthers, honoring a ton of veterans tonight. They've honored up to 500 this point this season. You could go write letters to troops overseas with the Mission United table down here at the Plaza level. You could do a whole bunch, a ton of honorary stuff going on tonight at Amerant Bank Arena. But in the meantime, let's bounce around. Let's have a little fun. Let's do a little 5-5 presented by Flagler Credit Union.
5 topics.
High five.
5 o'clock.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let's get out of here.
Endless takes.
You can't handle the truth.
All gas, no brakes.
And it's shaking big time.
It's time for the 5 at 5.
Hold on to your butts.
Presented by Flagler Credit Union, proud supporter of FAU Athletics. Number 1.
Well, you guys brought it up to Uncle Steve before the break. We're going to find out who the American League MVP is later on today. Aaron Judge, Cal Raleigh. Who should be the MVP? Not who you think's going to win it, but who should win the American League MVP?
This is easy for me. I'm gonna hijack it first, if you don't mind. Raleigh, because we've never seen it at the position. It's that simple for me. Judge will win because of the Yankee factor, Colin, but Raleigh because of the significance he had at the position, arguably the greatest single season in catcher history in the MLB.
Yeah, I mean, if we go head-to-head, here's what it looks like. Raleigh played 159 games. Judge played 152. Judge has more hits, better batting average, better OBP, better slugging, better all those statistics of getting on base. OPS and OPS plus are both all far better than Raleigh. What does Raleigh have him on? He has him in games played appearances, but he has 60 home runs comparatively to Judge's 53. He's 125 RBIs comparatively to Judge's 114. And he even has more stolen bases at 14 comparatively to Judge's 12. And on top of that, he's a catcher. And he's caught most of the games this season. I believe he only had about 20-something games at DH. Don't fact-check me on that. But let's think about this. Cal Raleigh, comparatively to Judge, and Judge had a lot of games at DH throughout the year because Stanton wasn't healthy, and Judge had his fair share of games where he was not playing the field. So that's one thing you got to consider. This is a hitting award versus a hitting award. The one thing you got to consider with Raleigh is, yes, Raleigh was probably not as much of a valuable hitter comparatively to what Aaron Judge did this year. But Cal Raleigh, I'd make an argument, number one, had better postseason moments. I know it doesn't have anything to do with the ballot. But number two is he caught and called games for maybe one of, if not the best rotations in the league throughout the regular season. That's George Kirby, that's Castillo, that's Brian Wu. I mean, a lot of big-time players, Logan Gilbert. And he was their pick of catcher for just about every single pitcher. So this is somebody who caught a good bullpen, caught a good rotation, and on top of that was a dynamite hitter. And RBIs on the Seattle Mariners is not easy because they don't have a lot of run support throughout the year. Is Judge a better player? Yes. Is Judge a Hall of Famer? Yes. Did Judge get screwed at 2017's MVP to Jose Altuve? Yes. Did Altuve win because of the batting averages and advanced hitting statistics?
No. The cheating.
Right. You know, a better hitter, not as good of a power hitter, and that's the reason Altuve won in 2017? Yes. Is that the right thing to do to make sure that we keep our standard that we set back in 2017? I don't personally think so. I think the right thing to do is to give it to the guy who had the most impactful year. That is the switch-hitting catcher who had 60 home runs, 125 RBIs, who caught and was a good defensive catcher at that. To me, this is Raleigh. Would I be surprised if Judge gets it? Absolutely not. He's the more valuable player probably at its root, but Raleigh had the better year.
And I know a Yankee fan probably doesn't want to hear. He can win it next year. You know, because my best guess is Raleigh doesn't reciprocate.
The
can win it next year. All right, give me a break.
Judge is going to be a Hall of Famer regardless. But, I mean, that's pretty storied territory to be at 3 MVPs.
But the thing I'm on, and that I refuse to get off of, there's something to be said about the best statistical season at your position. Like, catcher's a throwaway position. Austin Hedges hit like 100 for the Guardians this year.
Yeah, you have to make a decision between defense and offense.
And he does both. And all those stats you went through, Colin, tells me he had historically the best hitting season in catcher history. And was
highest home run switch hitting season.
And was one of the better defensive catchers in the league. Guys loved having Cal Raleigh call their games and catch their games that were on that pitching staff for the Mariners. It's a no-brainer for me. I feel bad for Judge. I do. I mean, it's just he's the better player. Cal hit the nail on the head for all that. I'm not going to regurgitate it. But for the season at the position, it's Raleigh.
Christian Cat, where do you stand on this?
Yeah, I honestly forgot about this argument. Like,
I don't like how they're announcing it now. They should be announced during the postseason at some point.
It'll be judged.
And I don't like how they did the Cy Young yesterday. They did the Rookie of the Year 3 days ago. I don't like how they're spreading it out because I think baseball, yes, had an amazing finish basically 10 days ago, 11, 12 days ago. It's lost its steam. Now we're in football mode right now. I'm in college basketball mode on top of that. We get Inter Miami playoffs.
Right.
Baseball season's finished. I don't like how they're announcing this after the season. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think Aaron Judge should be the MVP, and it's tough to answer either way because I am a Yankees fan, and that implicit bias is their deep dart in my soul. But I think if you ask the Mariners' blind resume, no emotions attached to it, looking at the numbers of Aaron Judge, including his position, they would take Aaron Judge, and the Yankees would as well. Just the numbers are the numbers, regardless of position. And I know it matters that you're a catcher, and I know that matters it's never been done before, but Aaron Judge provided more value, if you ask me, to the Yankees than Raleigh did to the Mariners.
And my 2 cents, it'll be Judge because of the Yankee factor, the brand.
I think it's because Judge is the better player factor, and I think people know that. And I do think 2017 is going to sit with voters. I think the fact that he didn't win it in 2017 because he was a power hitter and he lost to the guy who's the better all-around hitter, I think they're going to keep that standard. I do think that's going to matter. What is that, number 1? Let's go to number 2.
Number 2.
Staying in baseball because Tariq Skubal, he won the 2nd straight AL Cy Young Award. And how about the Pirates? Paul Skeens won the NL Cy Young in his 2nd year in baseball. If you could have either of these guys at the same price for the next 5 years, which one are you taking?
I'm taking Skeens. I think Skeens, the thing about Skubal, we know how dominant Skubal is. He controls every postseason game he plays. He's an awesome player to watch. But in terms of the next 5 years, Skubal, I believe, is 29, turning 30. Skeens, 23 maybe?
Yeah,
he's 23?
So hit the nail on the head. So actually, Skubal's 28. He's
28, turning 29.
But he's got a birthday in 7 days, in a week. And then Skeensy is 23, doesn't turn 24 until next May.
Skeens is my age. I know that's crazy. I know Skeens just actually just moved here to South Florida, and I believe the event that he has for the party for the Cy Young was up in down not far from West Palm. But Skeens, to me, pitching is the type of thing where you gotta just view it isolated comparatively. It's hard to judge it on wins. It's hard to judge it on run support because it's so different per team. Pirates were a little bit more adequately suited for Tariq Skubal's talents. That's why it probably looked better. But Skeens, he's going to get forgotten about because he's on the Pirates. And we're not going to see him play in a big game until he hits free agency in 2029.
Believe it or not, Kyle, the headlines today were reporters are asking him about playing for the Yankees already.
Well, because there was whether a fabricated or not fabricated report about Paul Skeens allegedly telling Pirates teammates, people close to him that got to an actual beat writer, saying that he doesn't think the Pirates can do it. He wants to play for he wants to play for the Yankees eventually. Hopes he gets traded before.
But that's his.
That's what everybody is assuming Paul Skeens thinks.
Correct. But Christian, you asked me for the next 5 years. The answer is Skeens because he's 23. If you would have asked who do you want next season, I'm going Tariq Skubal. Skubal is that unicorn that is the lefty, throws 102, and can single-handedly win you a playoff game. I love Skeens. Okay, don't get me wrong.
You saw it die.
I love him.
Guardians game 1.
Correct. Skubal is that factor. And you saw it in the Mariners series, too. Yep. I can't remember off the top of my head if they ended up blowing it in the 9th or the 8th when Skubal was out. But for the next 5 years, Skeens. Next year, Skubal. What's number 3?
Number 3.
Let's go to the big screen. Big movie news because the SpongeBob movie, Search for SquarePants, is in theaters December 19th. It's going to be in 3D.
I'm a movie guy.
Yeah.
I'm a movie guy. I've never even heard of this. I've never heard. What's the story? What's the question here? Is there something that happened?
What's the greatest cartoon of your childhood?
Well, I'm an anime guy. It's Naruto for me.
Not Avatar:
Naruto.
The Last Airbender?
If it's cartoon, Christian, I will go with SpongeBob. Just because it had a big impact. I would watch it with my sister. I'd babysit my sister. And SpongeBob is ageless. That stuff's funny. SpongeBob is funny. SpongeBob is funny.
As a kid, I was like a SpongeBob guy too.
Makes sense to me.
I like Family Guy. I think Family Guy is really funny.
Does that count as a childhood cartoon?
It does not.
I don't think it does. That's a raunchy adult humor show.
If I'm being honest, it's Pokemon and Naruto. both of them had a big impact on my life.
I still don't watch Family Guy. I believe it's still on Fox, but I don't watch it. But I mean, growing up, I watched the Christmas episode every year. The Family Guy Christmas episode. I watched that every year.
I brain rot Christian with Family Guy clips on Instagram. Can't lie.
Yeah.
Hysterical. The dancing
the SpongeBob
lobster.
movie?
The
I haven't
dancing
even heard of
lobster
that.
one.
I haven't even heard of that.
Well, the first SpongeBob
I'm
movie was
blown away. I didn't
I
even hear
love
about that.
the first SpongeBob was great.
Christian.
Which one is this?
Can I give you? All right, which one is this? It's this one. All bubble blowing babies will be beaten senseless by every able person in the bar.
Is this about the one with David Hasselhoff?
Yeah.
Yes.
That
It's
one's
amazing.
great. That one's great. That when he's
King
between
City,
his pecs.
Queen
That's
City.
good.
What's Shell City? Shell. They made
Yeah,
it
you had
Shell
to go
City.
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
David Hasselhoff.
And every kid cried in the movie theater when they were frying up under the the megascope.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
for
miss.
a couple of goofballs.
I'm gonna have to miss the new SpongeBob movie.
I'm with Colin on that, sadly.
But I did not know they had a new movie coming out. How about that?
Speaking of cartoons and anime, I'm gonna take my shot here. I'm episode 750 of One Piece. I'm almost caught up. with One Piece.
You got to go see the Bruce Springsteen movie. You're making a mistake.
Yeah, but here's the thing. So Christian, you'll like this. I told Colin, I already have my flight movie for when I go home in 2 Tuesdays and 2 weeks from now. I downloaded the Bob Dylan movie.
You downloaded it 2 weeks in advance?
Yeah, I downloaded it.
Mike,
my
that's
phone.
smart because I always forget to download stuff on my flights.
Yeah, because it's an early flight, Colin. It's an early flight, and I know I'm going to be a zombie driving to Lauderdale Airport.
What time's the flight?
About 6:30 in the morning. So it's the first flight out.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to stay up to watch that.
I can't. I cannot sleep in car or airplane guy.
Oh, you can't do it.
I can't do it.
Wow.
I can't sleep when it's light outside. Like I am that type of person to where it has to be nighttime. It has to be nighttime for me to go to bed.
Okay. Wow. I could sleep on.
Yeah,
on That's part of the reason why I fly in the morning every single time.
But I sent Colin Christian on the movie thing. I sent Colin a movie today. Was that the first you saw of it, or did you see that?
I've known about this
Okay,
for
all right.
some time.
Explain it for me because I really liked it.
So the new Chalamet movie you're into.
it's our
It's
guy.
coming out on Christmas. It's about a ping pong player called Marty Supreme. And it's about a real guy named Marty. I don't think it's some Marty something. And he's a ping pong player, and he's like an eccentric figure.
But he's a degenerate too.
Yeah.
Guns, drugs, money. The whole thing. It looks very
Chalamet. Chalamet is controlled. He's had 3 straight years where he's had a movie come out on Christmas, and it's going to be 4 because Dune 3 is coming out next Christmas.
And you told me this is his what movie comparatively to what?
Yeah, people have compared it to Leo DiCaprio has his Wall Street. This is his Wolf of Wall Street movie. So it's raunchy, rated R, that type of thing.
We got to get you a movie endorsement.
What do you mean?
We got to get you a movie. We got to
Is
get you.
Paramount looking for local broadcasting?
We got to do a segment on movies.
The
You're too
only
into
movie
movies.
endorsement. Who's the lady that's in the AMC theaters that sits down before every
Nicole
movie?
Kidman.
Yes, she's the only one that has it. You got to get her job.
We got to.
She's AMC. She's AMC.
We got to figure it out for this kid.
There he is. Doug Plagan's the voice of the Florida Panthers right there walking by. But
Number 4.
Yeah, that's movie. I agree. We need a movie segment, a movie show. I could do it. Go ahead.
We're going to go to baseball once again because the Tampa Bay Rays, they're going home. The Rays announced today that it will return to an updated Tropicana field for the 2026 season after playing the entirety of the 2025 home schedule at Steinbrenner Field in Tampa while the Hurricane Milton damage was repaired. When you look back at it, in hindsight, was this the only move to make, or was it embarrassing to have a Major League Baseball team play its home games at a divisional rival's spring training facility?
I think the fact Steinbrenner Field's a great field.
It is.
I think the fact that they didn't make the postseason helps it a little bit because I think everybody just got used to it. Tampa Bay is not. It's not. Tropicana Field is embarrassing with.
I disagree there.
Why? Because they have nobody's ever there.
I am.
It's in a terrible spot.
I am one of the few, and our director of ops, Dave Druda, by the way, big Tampa guy. He agrees with me. I like watching ball games there. It's air conditioned. I went to about 20 games as a kid. I mentioned my mother and her ties to the Treasure Island area, Tampa area.
It's not in downtown. It's also not in
fun.
downtown Tampa.
It was fun to go to those games. I'm one of the few.
They need a field in downtown Tampa.
I'm one of
That's
the,
what they need.
I'm one of the few that actually like going to Tropicana. I am. I'm one of the few that actually like going there.
Number 5.
Number 5.
We've got Thursday night football. Jets, Patriots on Amazon Prime at 8:15 p.m. Patriots, 12.5-point favorites. Will you be watching this game?
I will be here at the Panthers, but I got my setup already. You ready for this? So tonight, I'm going to be up in the press box, and I'll be watching the Panthers-Capitals, and then I will also have on Thursday Night Football. I got my computer with me. I got my phone with me. I got Patriots, Jets, and then I'm going to have my phone with Purdue, Alabama, regular season college basketball.
It's a good game. That's a hell of a game.
Hell of a game. So I'm actually, I'm set. I'm going to have 3 games all set.
And quickly, you're high on that Bama team this year.
I saw them play live against St. John's at MSG on Saturday. And that team can win it all. They're that good. And that game is tonight at 7 p.m. as well, ESPN 2. So I will be watching that. I'll be watching the Panthers. And I'll also be watching Thursday Night Football. I got a good sports night ahead of me.
Christian, I'm on plus 14 Jets and the under. I'm banking on it being a close game. I think the Jets are going to mud it up.
Did you already put that ticket in?
I put the ticket in of that and the Panther puck line at 1.5. Okay. Why did it go up? Did I get screwed?
No. Well, if it went up, you would have been fortunate, or you would have been screwed if it went up.
Or sorry, you know what I mean? Did it go down? Did I lose odds there?
Money's coming in on the underdog in this game.
Okay.
Right now it's at 13. So if you got 14, good for you. You got a really good number.
Yeah. That's me. 14. And that over-under was sitting around 43, Christian, if you're on your phone. I don't have it in front of me at the moment.
Okay, so people are thinking the Jets are going to compete tonight, similar to you. I don't think so. I think this is going to be a blowout. I really do.
So, Kyle, you bought me into, obviously, the Panthers tonight. But you bought me in on that. I'm going to have 2 screens tonight. Obviously, Amazon, I can't do the multi-box on YouTube TV, even though YouTube TV is on my poop list. I'm going to have football big screen and then Panthers and that basketball game on the YouTube TV tonight.
There you go. It's good sports night, underrated sports night. You know, the Thursday night game is not great. It stinks. But if it ends up being a halfway decent game.
Who am I looking out for Bev? So obviously with Purdue, is Fletcher Lawyer still there?
The whole the same crew
Smith,
Purdue.
Smith,
yes,
Braden Smith.
They're all there.
Who am I looking out for at Purdue? Because all those kids go to the league.
Yeah, they're all going to be, it's the same team as last year.
Yeah, my guy Spears is gone from OU, the Bobcat.
Yes, he's gone from Alabama.
Gone. Yeah, he's gone.
You'll see the 3 guards at Alabama. So that'll be a good game.
Okay.
And I like regular season hoops, college basketball, especially early, because all these good teams play each other. It's so much different than college football, because college football, none of these teams want to play each other. College basketball, all of them want to play each other because they need to get the wins because there's a metric attached to it. That was our 5 and 5 presented by Flagler Credit Union. That's, again, Thursday Night Football tonight. You got Caps visiting the Panthers at Amerant Bank Arena, which we're live on site right now. And then you also, if you're looking for a college basketball game tonight, Purdue, Alabama is pretty dang good. So if you need something to watch, look no further than that. Allow me, if there's nobody alive to plug college basketball, then I'm dead. I'll be the last one to plug college basketball till the cows come home. I'll tell you that.
We'll get John Fanta on. We'll get Fanta on
one of these days.
We'll get Fanta on.
We'll get Fanta on one of these days. So what we will do, first things first, we got to do a couple things here. Number one, we're going to have to do a top 10 later on in the show. And we're going to have to figure out our NFL power rankings for top 10. And then on top of that, tomorrow we'll do our cover 5 because I think we're both on the other side for the game night. So we know we're not going to take Panthers-Jets.
Correct.
You with that?
I would take Jets 14, but it's okay. We'll do it tomorrow.
Well, since Christian knows what the slate looks like in terms of the sporting events when Christian's on his way home, if you want to come up with a little movie environment, or better yet, you want to get some hot food, I'm sure Christian's going to make a stop at a racetrack on his way.
I found an incredible deal at the racetracks across Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. How about this breakfast meal deal? Plan this as a part of your morning routine starting immediately. For just $4 at every racetrack, you get a breakfast sandwich, a hash brown, and a small coffee. Yes, you heard that correctly. $4 for that breakfast sandwich, hash brown, and small coffee at a racetrack. It's your one-stop shop for your football Friday nights. They're your one-stop shop for everything you need. Convenience. Just a one-stop place that has your cold drinks. It has your hot food. It has the gas you need. It has delicious pizza, breakfast pizza. Racetrack has 7.5 million customers strong every single week. Why? Because they're the best. And everyone knows it, and they pour into our local communities. They are the number one fan of our local high school football teams. Incorporate them into your football Friday night schedules as we get into playoffs because they will be rooting on our teams that are on the sidelines here in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. And by the way, don't forget about that $4 meal deal. Breakfast sandwich, hash brown, small coffee at your local racetrack. Take advantage because you never know when it might be too late. Racetrack, they have whatever gets you going.
Mike, has your opinion on Aaron Glenn changed at all to this point the last couple weeks?
They play hard for him. The biggest thing for me And I know the Brownies stink, okay? They're bad. But to win that game following Sauce Gardner getting traded, following Quinn Williams getting traded, that took some guts. It did. Took some guts when
they
how
had
hard
Garrett
they
Wilson
played.
basically for a month and a half. They lost him again. He's just on injury reserve.
And I do think, I do admit, I am on the side of the Jets in the points tonight. He could coach next year. He's no longer like, hey, you're going to be done at the end of the year.
I agree with that. He's
coaching
back,
next year. He's coaching
he
next
needs
year.
Quite a disaster.
And I think that's what you're basically asking, Kyle, because I have said he could be a one and done. They play hard for him. He's not losing the locker room. That's the biggest thing. I thought at some point maybe the locker room would be lost.
It's been bad with the media. It's been bad with media, but shocker, you know.
Right. And I mean, it's New York. Who isn't bad with the New York media? I actually do give him some credit there. But I think they play hard for him. There's something to be said about that.
I agree. I think they not wins, but the substance of what they're looking like, basically for what they have versus what it looks like. I think that will buy him quite a bit of time because I think that at the very least. There are guys there who they show up, whether it's the right scheme or he's handling in and outs of halftime, clock management. If he's handling all that incorrectly, okay, that's fine. He's a first-year coach at the end of the day, and they're not playing the highest leverage of situations. They're not a playoff team. I think what you need to see is that the players like him, the players respect him, players play hard for him, and you're convinced that with the right roster, he could actually translate to playoff wins. If you get that idea, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to get that idea this year, 2-3 years, if you get that point, then I think it's going to be we're going to be seeing him there for a while.
I'm interested to see what decision they make at quarterback.
It's going to be a rookie, 1,000%.
Yeah, and I think that's when. I don't want to say you could be critical of Glenn. Like, look what happened to Dable.
Well, that's how you judge it.
Look what happened to
get a quarterback. How do they develop him? Or how are they going to deploy him?
Kyle, for instance, look what happened to Dable. Dable and Christian. I said at the time, I said that this was his only move. His last move to save his job was Jackson Dart, and he squandered it by the way he played the kid, by the runs and the hits and getting his bell rung and going into the tent. That's why he lost his job. So I want to see what young quarterback they draft and the system and the offense that they're going to put in place. Because Glenn's a defensive guy. It's important for these defensive guys to get the right offensive minds to work with the young quarterback.
Mike McDaniel.
He's still the coach of the Dolphins. I agree with you. I think he is going to be fired at season's end. He would disagree.
Mike McDaniel. I'm calling my shot now.
He would disagree after he was on La Sola, allegedly on La Solis Boulevard.
Saying Tall to the Madrid media yesterday. Mike McDaniel.
Tough look.
When he is the next offensive coordinator, keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. Because I don't think he's going to be at the Miami Dolphins next year. He will be. Think about the Vic Fangios, the Vance Josephs of the world, the Steve Spagnuolos, and Spags might leave. But, those type of former head coaches, I don't know if they want to give it another rip. That could be a Mike McDaniel. He'll be a highly Robert Saleh. McDaniel, if he gets fired, will be a hot commodity for an offensive coordinator role.
Is there someone in college that got the sack? Is there an offensive guy in college?
I mean, that's a big jump. I don't know if a college guy is going to want to shift back up to the NFL.
You've seen Joe Brady do it.
Yeah,
that's the only reason I asked.
Maybe. We'll see. Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo live at Amerant Bank Arena for Panthers-Capitals tonight. On the other side, we'll see if we can talk to Gabby Allen, the in-arena host at Amerant Bank Arena. We're going to have our top 10 NFL power rankings, all to come right here. We'll take a timeout. Russo and Rizzo, ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
During football season, keep your home in the win column with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can score 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong on the field, not in your living room. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the trusted MVP since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today, kick off your game day comfort, and don't sweat the small stuff.
Get ready, South Florida. Championship season is coming. Join us Saturday, November 15th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Wells Recreation Center in Riviera Beach for a free championship community celebration with the 2026 Miami Host Committee. Bring the whole family for a fun-filled morning with live music, local vendors, exciting activations, and a special food distribution. Celebrate our community and gear up for the College Football National Championship Saturday, November 15th at the Wells Recreation Center.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
In sports and in life, how you move matters. So when injuries or pain get in the way, the orthopedic specialists at HSS Florida provide world-class care to get you moving again. From non-surgical and surgical care to personalized rehabilitation, HSS Florida offers the same quality and expertise you expect from HSS, the world's #1 in orthopedic care. With 2 convenient locations in West Palm Beach and Wellington. Learn more at hss.edu/Florida. Choose better, move better.
At Hurricane Grill and Wings, every day feels like the weekend. Fresh, never frozen chicken wings tossed in over 30 bold flavors, paired with ice-cold beer and handcrafted cocktails, all in a laid-back, beachy atmosphere. And with every game on the big screens, it's the ultimate escape and your home for sports too. Great food, cold drinks, and all the games. That's Hurricane Grill and Wings. Escape the ordinary and find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
A resort destination beyond compare, yet conveniently close to home. The Breakers Palm Beach offers everything you desire with the service you deserve in a breathtaking oceanfront setting. Immerse yourself in unparalleled seaside glamour and enjoy all the Breakers has to offer as you create lasting memories with those who matter most. The best part, you don't have to travel far to feel worlds away. Visit thebreakers.com or call 1-800-BREAKERS today.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo, live at Amerant Bank Arena for a little Panthers-Capitals action back at the home turf down here in Sunrise, Florida tonight, 7 p.m. on TV. You can watch that there. Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo. We got a special guest with us. He's the in-arena host at Amerant Bank Arena. If you've been to a Panther game in the last couple of years, there's no way you don't know her. Gabby Allen is with us now, who does all the activations during the game, does all the fan interaction during the game. You see her on the Jumbotron throughout. Joined us a couple months ago. Welcome back. How are you, Gabby? What's going on?
I'm doing great. Welcome back to you guys. Back to the arena.
Yeah, back to the arena. All right,
it's good to be back.
Last time we spoke, this was before
they
won again.
Yes.
Back to back. Tell us a little bit about what happened that day you won, because you won in this building.
Yes, we did.
In Game 6. So tell me a little bit about how that went down.
So I think we all kind of blacked out a little bit, but in the moment, because I have videos, so I know what happened.
Oh, so you recollect. You're like,
no,
oh my God.
I can live it back, right? I just remember it was towards the end of the game when we were kind of getting, a little bit more comfortable in the moment in the score. And so for me and my team, we all gathered around in my little stage area there, and everyone's just like holding on to everybody. I see dancers start crying. We're jumping up and down, and it was just incredible. And then I think I went home around, 5 a.m., something like that.
Wow.
After. Yeah, so then we went upstairs. All the staff we had like open bar. We got to celebrate with each other. Barkey was down on the ice lifting the cup. I think there's a few videos up around that. And it was so incredible. It really just amounts to that moment where we've worked so hard. We're so like in the grind, especially like year after year. And even though obviously rarely do you get one win, let alone back-to-back, and you get two. So one, I feel very grateful to be a part of that, but I mean, a win is a win. It still feels so incredible. You get the goosebumps, and I mean, dare I say we do it again?
And how was the
Wow.
celebrations afterwards too? Obviously, were you
That
on La
following
Sola?
week
Yeah.
was crazy because these guys
Correct.
were all
That's what I
over
mean.
the place.
And
No,
I mean,
yeah.
There's no place like winning a title in South Florida.
Oh,
because
no.
It's catered for this specific reason. Other teams win and they come down here.
Yes.
This is at home base, so they just have to walk outside.
Yeah, exactly. So I think, and what happened the first year we won too, that week after, because we won on a Tuesday, it's spring break at that point. Everybody's on spring break, especially for like the staff. I mean, that's finally when like summer, I use air quotes when I say summer begins, but not really, because then we're prepping for like the parade and any other celebration stuff. And then I did go, me and my roommate, we went to 11 for that big celebration
Wow,
that night.
yep.
So that was
Jeez.
so much fun. And our in-house DJ Genesis, was the DJ for that night working the club.
So it was a Panther-centric
It really
11
was.
night.
It was like all the family there. So we were, together putting it on. The fans were awesome. I mean, I think I was even autographing some like jerseys and stuff. So it was cool just to see people and sharing in that camaraderie, especially in a space that, I mean, for me, everyone gets to party when they're here, but for me, that I got to really take part in too.
Did you get any time with the cup?
I did get some time with the cup. We actually, because it's during the off season too, it's like kind of moving around the building. We
It's
do photo
never in one
ops.
spot
Yeah,
for a while.
Yeah.
No, it's not. And so we recently too, right before the season started, we had our staff pictures. So they set up really great for the full-time staff. We got to come in, bring like our immediate family, do some like personal photos, and then we did professional photos. We had a nice layout under the banner on the ice. So gorgeous. And it's just, I let alone having back-to-back is crazy.
Did you booze out of the? Everyone always is drinking the booze
During
out
the
of
staff photos?
Yeah,
Who does- oh, yeah, right after the parade.
Celebrations,
Of
right?
course. No, it's tradition, right?
Right.
Yes, right after the parade, they had a staff party, and so it was just making its way around.
It's like the
And
chalice.
so did COVID, I guess, at that point.
Are you working during this event? Are you like doing? I'm sure you're doing a bunch of activation
Well,
stuff
networking
with.
probably.
Yeah, no, but like think about it. Are you doing Panther stuff, or is this just like, all right, we're celebrating, everybody's celebrating, the
Yeah.
team's not playing, we're not playing as the staff? Is it
Yeah,
a sort
I
of a
think-
mixture of both?
At least, thankfully, for my role personally.
We're not in the
it's
arena,
not-
guys. We're not in the arena.
We're not at the
Right,
arena
right.
at that part, so it's really not that demanding for me. Obviously, I'm doing like social content, interacting with the fans, but I got to be a part of everything and walk in the parade, and even seeing the players' families being so, they're all there, all the kids. First of all, these moms are incredible. I don't know how in the heat with all this going on, I was overstimulated just looking at them. So they are absolute warriors. Good for
With
them.
kids, yeah.
Absolutely, because it was so hot this year. We didn't have the rain, but yeah. So it's like a little bit of work, but then it's
A lot
also
of play.
it's
Yep.
a lot of play, and then right afterwards, it's even more than that.
Now, how's this year gone so far? Obviously, a couple home games. Panthers are going to be home for a long time now. Big homestand.
11
coming
games,
up.
yep.
Walk us through what this year has been like. Coming off 2 cup wins.
Okay, coming up to it. I think we were all looking at each other like, oh, the home opener already? Like we're already back. Like this was maybe a quick little.
So what happens
downtime.
when you play until June?
I
right?
know,
Yeah.
back to back to another time and another time. So it was just like no, there wasn't real downtime. So it was easy for everybody to kind of just like jump right into it's already routine at this point, and just like right back in the flow. It's nice though because like my team here, they're like your work friends, but you're so close. So it was great getting back together, and no, like very much just right back into the grind of it. It's another game. We started the count over, obviously, but another game, and especially this end of the year, this first half of the season we're so heavy with home games,
Yeah.
so it's a lot lighter once we hit January. So yeah, as of today, we are really in the grind on these home games for sure.
Gabby Allen, the in-arena host for Amerant Bank Arena for the Florida Panthers, with us now on Russo and Rizzo, ESPN 106.3 live on site down in Sunrise. All right, so now you got it 11 games in a row. This almost feels like, how the players sometimes will say, oh, an 11-game road trip. Or like,
Yeah.
this is sort of
Right.
like, oh my
Right,
goodness.
I get it. I'm the same. Just me and the players. We're the same.
And tell me about this. Third straight year now. Now
Yeah.
everybody's, the whispering of the three-peat. They're
Right,
whispering
right.
of,
Yep.
all right, can we get back to
No
do it
one's
again?
whispering. These fans are screaming.
Fair, fair,
Loud.
fair. At this point of the season, they're like, all right, we don't want to get too far ahead of
Right,
ourselves.
right.
But coming back for the third go-round with a Stanley Cup to defend,
Yeah.
being in the arena, seeing it every night, do you notice anything different? Is the ticking, is there more pressure now? Do you notice it? Is there a little bit more tense, or is it everything as relaxed as possibly can be because you're a two-time defending Stanley Cup champion?
I think if we didn't have two of our main players down, it would probably be a little bit more just like,
I think he could
hands
feel it.
back.
I think he
yeah,
could
it
feel
feels
it.
there's a little tension for sure. There's a little bit of tension. I think the record kind of
Right.
shows that, but we are a hard playing team, and that's not going to matter because we have two guys out, but then there's the rest of them. Like there's still everyone else, and they are. So I think what's cool is this really gives an opportunity for players who don't get as much time on ice to really shine. Maybe have their like Tom Brady moment. Like this could be your big like come out moment, show them what you got. So it's exciting too because we get to see other players, show their skill and maybe have these incredible like wow moments. But yeah, we are defending champions, so we want to hold that.
Now, Gabby, correct me if I'm wrong. Last time we spoke, it was your first go-around getting the in-arena hosting gig was as a replacement, right?
Yes.
When you first did it, so
Yeah.
it's sort of like that.
5 years ago. Yeah.
So when you
exactly.
have your moment,
Yes, you take
when
your
you
moment.
have your moment,
Yes.
you got to take advantage and do not give that job back.
And Gab, off of that, what year number is this now?
This is my 8th season with the team and my
Yep.
5th season hosting.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's been different about this year doing the in arena maybe compared to other years?
I mean, just like every fan, I'm holding my head a little bit higher. I got two, and even higher than that with 2 championships right
Yep.
under my belt too. So I think for me, it obviously just gets more turnkey, if you will. And so it's great too because while I don't have to use my brain as much on that side, I get to really hang out. And I've developed a lot of relationships with fans. So I was just at some kids like hockey game recently, and it's cool because like they become my friends too, and
Yep.
it's great. We're just hanging out every game.
And now, obviously, it's a big commitment
Yeah.
coming to every single game. But what does the off season look like? Do you travel?
Yes.
Is there somewhere you like to go and decompress? What does that look like for you?
So this past summer, and thankfully, because we planned it with the hope and, just in case we went all the way again, maybe we should plan the
no
summer
June,
trip.
no June,
Right.
no June.
Right. So no June. August, I did spend a couple weeks in Italy, and that was
Oh, wow.
that was so nice. That was so lovely.
Where'd
Now
you
you
go?
We started in Rome, and then to Positano, and then Florence.
Okay.
wow.
Yeah,
I lived in
love-
Florence for 5 months, so I know Italy quite a bit.
I love Florence. Love.
That's
love,
better
love.
than it's better than Rome. I don't know.
Oh.
I didn't get to go to Positano.
You didn't like Rome.
No, I don't. For me too, I'm just more of a I like to be outside and do more things
Yeah.
maybe in nature. Like a wine tour.
Tuscany,
like a boat,
Tuscany.
right? Exactly.
Now, if I can, from someone who's never been to Italy and
Yeah.
it's a Siciliano,
Self-proclaimed Siciliano,
I
never been
see.
to Italy.
Never
See,
been.
that's why
I'm
it's
half.
a joke.
My
It's a
dad's
joke.
100%.
Is that not stupid?
I
Listen,
hear that's how the
listen,
Sicilians
That's a waste of
are.
time. It's a waste of
Listen,
time.
my dad's
It's a waste of
100%.
time.
My last name's Rizzo, Cap, okay?
Okay,
Dad's
yes.
100%, mom's Ukrainian. Regardless, is the food worth it?
Oh,
Is the
absolutely.
food worth the
Oh,
trip
yeah,
alone,
yeah,
as
yeah.
we always
It's a
say?
waste of time. You
But
never been?
anything that's
Stop
not
it.
like their version of American food,
Working
just
on
don't
that.
bother. Don't bother.
Yeah, I'm
Don't
working on
bother.
going. I'm working on
the
going.
Italian
All
food
right.
obviously is next
Yeah.
level. You're gonna come home and
Yep.
be like, well,
Now, you
what's
Italian?
this?
You Italian?
No, I'm not. Just
In Italy,
just
we're
when I was
Italian.
there.
In Italy,
Only
we're
when I was
Italian.
there. But I was
Ciao
raised,
when we're there.
I was raised in a Jewish family, so
Okay.
pretty
Yep.
close.
Yeah,
Pretty close.
yeah.
A
Volume,
lot of similarities. A lot
volume,
of
definitely
similarities.
the same.
Now,
Agreed.
year 5 in arena hosting with the
Yeah.
Panthers. One thing that we also were talking about last time you were with us was you were getting into the podcast game. So you were
Yeah.
understanding what it's like to now organize shows. It's a little different than the in arena host. Well, now we're a couple months into that. Now
Yeah.
you're back into this. What have you noticed about you doing in arena hosting year 5 that perhaps has prepared you for the podcast game, or on the other side of things, what has the podcast stuff, organizing shows, helped you with your current job?
So I'd say first from being on the host side, obviously I'm already comfortable in front of a camera. I spent some time as a reporter with NBC as well, with a lifestyle and entertainment show. So I got comfortable doing interviews and conversing in that kind of style. Watching back, obviously we just dropped our 8th episode today, actually. It's called I'm With Her podcast. And
There you go. Good
we
plug.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
no,
do what
you
I
had
can.
to
Do what
do
I can.
that.
Yeah. And I've noticed too, while I take a lot of pride in being an active listener, I don't have to say yeah every other second. So I've watching and playing it back when you hear yourself. I feel like
you
it
notice
never
that?
stops being weird to hear
Okay.
yourself a little bit.
It's the hardest part, air checking yourself.
Yes.
It's listening to yourself
hate it.
back and air checking yourself.
I feel like
Get
I'm
over
just
it.
like I know. No, exactly. Get,
Get
over
over
it.
it.
Get over
Yeah.
it because I want to be better at what I do.
It's hard, though. I'm with her.
Exactly. 100%. So I think just that comfort as far as just like yapping and to a camera has been really helpful. But also, too, my producer for for our podcast is the same as one of my producers here and was with me producing at NBC. So she's
Nice.
made this like
Now-
gravy for
Now,
me
now,
easy.
how can we listen? How can
Okay.
we listen? Where do we go?
Every listening platform, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, everywhere you would listen to or watch a podcast is going to be right there too.
Well, Abby, hopefully we see the team get back onto the win column tonight. We appreciate the time.
Yes.
Thank you so much for telling us
course.
about the off season, and hopefully
Yes.
you'll have another third one to celebrate here. We'll be
Yep.
back around this entire way.
Absolutely.
A dynasty, if you will. Guys, thank you so much. I love coming on here. Fans listening, go Cats.
Yep.
There you go.
Thanks,
That's
Gab.
Gabby Allen, the in-arena host for Amarant Bank Arena and the Florida Panthers. But Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo will do our top 10 on the other side. First, the Boca Bowl is coming back to town December 23rd, 2 p.m. at Flagler Credit Union Stadium down in Boca. Or up in Boca compared to where we are. It's going to have two of the top teams from the group of five that are going to battle it out for their chance at the title. Check it out today. Twitter at Boca Bowl or Facebook.com/Boca Bowl for more updates as we inch closer to that December 23rd date, 2 p.m. at Flagler Credit Union Stadium. Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo, Russo and Rizzo, ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Football season is here, and the ultimate game day headquarters is Twin Peaks. Whether it's college Saturdays or NFL Sundays, catch every kickoff, every touchdown, every Hail Mary right here at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views. From scratch-made favorites to ice-cold 29-degree draft beers, Twin Peaks is delivering all the winning plays. Looking for a stronger lineup? No one does game day like Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks, come for the game, stay for the experience.
Hi, this is Scott Smith of Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. I have said it many times before, and I will continue to say it for many years to come. There is never a good time for a car accident to occur, and most certainly never ever a good time to suffer injuries in any type of an accident. The accident and its overall aftermath will usually cause pain, difficulty, and stress. Florida law allows accident victims to recover compensation for such losses, injuries, and damages. But such recovery is often not obtained easily and can require a lengthy fight with an insurance company. If you've been injured in an accident, call us now. Don't delay. The initial consultation is completely free of charge. The sooner you call us, the sooner we can put our experienced legal team to work for you. Don't hesitate or pause for another minute. Our experience, knowledge, and resources could be working for you just minutes after the call. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather, help is just a phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Folks, you hear me talk about Good Greek Moving and Storage all the time. Well, I got a message from them. We want you to get ready for one of the biggest rivalries in college football. The Florida State Seminoles are taking on the Florida Gators, and you could be there live, courtesy of my friends over at Good Greek Moving and Storage. They're giving away 4 premium tickets so you and your crew can catch every touchdown, every hard hit, and every unforgettable moment from the stands. Feel the electric energy as these two teams go head-to-head for bragging rights in the Sunshine State. All you got to do is go to goodgreekmoving.com and fill out the entry form. That is goodgreekmoving.com. You fill out that entry form. No purchase necessary. Everyone has a chance to win. So the winner will be announced on November 21st. Again, visit Good Greek Moving for your chance to win 4 tickets to the UF and FSU game in Gainesville. And Christian, it is that time of the week where we got to put together our top 10 NFL teams with our NFL Power Rankings presented by Good Greek Moving and Storage.
Who's moving up?
Eagles still best team in the NFL. You know that they're not distracted.
Who's moving down?
I'm down on the Packers. This is going to be a major problem. We'll see.
It's time for the Russo and Rizzo NFL Power Rankings. Presented by
Good Greek Moving and Storage. Your superhero movers.
All right, you hear me talk about my friends at Good Greek all the time. Go to GreekMoving.com, folks, GreekMoving.com. All right, last week.
So, yeah, I wasn't here for last week's rankings. What did
you weren't here, so it was Kate Chumsland and myself.
Okay.
We put Kansas City at 10, Detroit at 9, Tampa Bay at 8, Philly at 7, Indianapolis at 6, New England at 5, LA at 4, Buffalo 3, Denver 2, Seattle 1.
I have a lot of problems with this.
One thing is certain. One thing is certain. Buffalo is way down. The Rams are way up, and I think the top 3, Kyle. I could argue.
Wait, where is Seattle there?
I put Seattle at 1.
Oh, okay.
I put Seattle at 1. So I think the top 3, it's probably, and I know we're working away from the back up, but I think Rams, Seahawks, and Patriots are probably the 3 best teams in the NFL right now.
Where'd you put
and they
the Colts?
belong
You
in
put
the
them
top
at 5?
3. I put the Colts at 6. So once again, Kansas City 10, Detroit 9, Tampa 8, Philly 7, Colts 6, coming off of that loss at Pittsburgh. New England 5, Rams 4, Buffalo 3, coming off the win against Kansas City, Denver 2, Seattle 1.
Okay.
So I think that, do we want the Chiefs in the top 10? That's a question you got to ask yourself. They were idle. Do they get punished for being idle? Because at this point, Kyle, Tampa Bay, Kansas City.
You're not putting Tampa in there. You're not putting Tampa in there.
You got to decide which team is going to be out.
And you put the Chargers in there? 6-3, head-to-head win over the Chiefs.
They keep winning games.
They got the Jags this week. Chiefs have the Broncos. So if the Chiefs want to jump in, I would say Chiefs first team out.
Okay.
And Chargers at 10.
Okay, let's do it that way. Yeah, so Chargers at 10.
Number 10.
And then at 9, Kyle.
Number 9.
We had Detroit last week.
Detroit's moving up.
Okay. Tampa. Is this somewhere we put Tampa?
Where was Tampa last week?
Tampa was 8, and they lost to New England.
Yes,
so we
put
put Tampa.
Tampa
At 9, and now number 8, Christian. All right. Philadelphia, Indianapolis, Tampa Bay. You got to figure out who you're going to put there.
We're going to put Tampa Bay at 8, at 9.
So Philly and Indy, I feel like, is who would probably be checking it. Detroit.
All right, you're definitely putting Indy higher. You're putting the
let me ask you, is this Detroit?
Lions play the Eagles this weekend. So the one thing is, if you're going to put the Lions, you can put the Eagles right next to them, and the winner gets a big bump. So you could do Lions at 8, Eagles at 7.
I think that's how we got to do it.
Number
Lions
7.
8, Eagles 7, and now, Christian, number 6. This is where it gets tough. Now, Buffalo. Do you punish Buffalo and put them at 6? All right, I'm at 3 last week. Do you put Buffalo at 6 here?
Yes.
So, Christian.
Buffalo had a bad. I'm okay with moving the Buffalo farther down, but you know what? We already put our 7 and 8 together. They're playing each other. I'm okay with that.
And they're going to win a couple. You know they're going to win a couple of games.
All right, so we got Buffalo at 6.
Now, this is where it gets juicy. Rams.
Who do we have left? We have the Rams, Seattle.
Yes, New England and Denver. Rams,
Denver.
Seattle, New England.
Well, we
Denver.
need one more team.
Rams, Seattle, New England, Denver. Did we put Indianapolis?
No, we did not. Colts did that 15.
Okay.
Number
so I think
4.
Indy probably checks in at 5 if I had to guess. Would you agree?
I would say Denver at 5.
What? They won 8 games in a row.
Well, Indy beat Denver. Okay. Indy beat Denver, first game of the year. Denver has looked so much uglier than the Colts have at this point. They're 8-2. I mean, they've had, they escaped the Falcons game. You want to punish them for that? How many games did the Denver Broncos escape?
Christian, let's go 4.
Number 4.
Okay.
This is where you put the Colts.
Okay.
Colts are at 4. Denver's at 5. Colts are at 4. Denver escapes every game they play, and I'm surprised you guys are so high.
I mean, they've won 8 in a row. Kyle, trust me.
Yeah, they've won 8 in a row, but I mean, not a single game has been pretty.
But it's something to be said about winning.
Nix last Thursday night was horrendous.
3, Christian.
Number 3.
Rams, Seattle. Rams or Seattle here.
Seattle's going to be number.
I agree with Seattle. I agree with Seattle.
Seattle's going to be 1-1. Rams are at 2.
Number 2.
Who's 3? Who did you miss?
So
Colts, Denver, Rams, Seattle. Who else
correct.
is in the top 5?
It was Colts. Last week it was New England. We're missing New England. Sorry, folks. I got a full-on band.
You're reading it. It's your list.
Yes,
you're reading it.
New England. So
Seattle
you got to
decide. 1.
You got to decide who 1,
Patriots
2, 3
are 3.
is. Okay.
2 are Rams. 1 is Seattle.
Correct.
No problem.
Number
I like
1.
Christian, thank you to my great friends at Good Greek Moving and Storage.
That's all right. Seahawks, Rams, and Patriots top 3. That's it. That's your top 10. Live from Emirates Bank Arena. Enjoy the Capitals and Panther game night. Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo, ESPN 106.3.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care